Yo, what's up, family? My name is Benjamin J. King, aka BK. Listen, ICS has been the place for me to grow. It's been the place for me to succeed. The craziest part is that I've gone from 3,000 to 11,000 followers in just 2 weeks while being in the program. Listen to me, you get tools, and you know anything with AO is amazing and spectacular. So family, I'm pretty sure you're here off of his credibility, which is the reason I joined. So I'm telling you, you're gonna get so much insight on how to be successful. Literally, you can go out here and impact this world and change your life at the same time. So if I was you, ICS would be my next commitment to my future and to yours.
World changer, history maker. World changer, history maker. We gon' make some history tonight. We gon' make some history tonight. Straight up. We gon' make some history tonight. We gon' make some history tonight. Yeah, we be going in all night. Yeah, everything is alright. Yeah, turn off the switches cause we all lights. One time for Christ, he changed all our lives. Yeah, he get the praise, yeah, he get the praise, yeah. I am amazed, yeah, came out the maze, yeah. Yeah, I remember when I was so in danger. Christ switched it up, he a world changer. He done changed the world and it will never be the same. Oh, no. And he can change you too because there's freedom in his name. Oh, yeah. That's why we walk in faith, that's why we celebrate. Woo. That's why we love his ways, that's why we elevate. Yeah. World changer, history maker. World changer, history maker. Woo. We gon' make some history tonight. We gon' make some history tonight. Straight up. We gon' make some history tonight. We gon' make some history tonight. Believers in the place, we gon' make some history. Yeah, he done changed the world. No, that's no mystery. No. Ever since he came, yeah, we got that victory. We got it. Now we shining bright just like we all be glittery. Woo. We get the W if you don't know what it puzzle you. Why would I say if it wasn't true? Yeah, giving them praise and I love it too. Yeah, I love it. Turn it up and run it. Praise him cause he won it. Jesus, yeah, he done it. World changer. He's a soul gainer. He was a baby in the manger, now we keep it major. He rose from the dead, homie, that's a miracle. And we still talk about it, and that was 2,000 years ago. Yeah. World changer, history maker. World changer, history maker. We gon' make some history tonight. We gon' make some history tonight. Straight up. We gon' make some history tonight. We gon' make some history tonight.
Yo, what's up, family? My name is Benjamin J. King, aka BK. Listen, ICS has been the place for me to grow. It's been the place for me to succeed. The craziest part is that I've gone from 3,000 to 11,000 followers in just 2 weeks while being in the program. Listen to me, you get tools, and you know anything with AO is amazing and spectacular. So family, I'm pretty sure you're here off of his credibility, which is the reason I joined. So I'm telling you, you're gonna get so much insight on how to be successful. Literally, you can go out here and impact this world and change your life at the same time. So if I was you, ICS would be my next commitment to my future and to yours.
What's going on, everybody? Man, it is Wednesday. I am excited to be with you all today. Sorry we missed you all last week. I was out of town on a speaking engagement and told my team we're gonna come back in here and get it going today, man. But real quick, I have my computer up. I want to see who's in the building today. I want to see who is in the building today. 200 of you all are watching. If you can, give us a thumbs up. Let us know you're enjoying these Wednesdays Build Your Table Lives. Listen, these are for you. Listen, I want you to come back. If you could be a regular, if you have a question that comes up in regards to your money, in regards to your life, I want you to come on up and ask those questions. I'm going to do a quick little teaching. And what I'm going to start doing now, starting next Wednesday, we're going to actually start talking about more relevant topics, as far as in like more current topics. Like, what are some current money situations coming on, not coming on, but what's some current money things that's being talked about on social media? If the White House makes an announcement about money, student loans, debt, etc., boom. I know, for an example, like Robinhood just came out with some good stuff, and I should have talked about that today, but I really do want to talk about this because I think it's crucial and I think it's very important for us to have this conversation. But starting on Wednesdays, the first 30 minutes, I'm just going to just talk about what's happening in the world. What are some current things that's going on in the world, right? And then the last 45 minutes of the show to an hour of the show, I will allow you to give us a call, to call in and ask us your money questions. I really want Wednesdays to be right around your lunch hour. So we're talking from 12 to about 1:30 max, to where by the time you get back into your job, if you're on your lunch break, you can just pop this in your ear. You can just listen to it because I want to be there for you all. But I really want to start talking about hot news and hot things that's happening inside of the world, so we can all stay up to date. And I can give you my thoughts on what's happening. So that's what we're gonna be doing on Wednesdays. I'm super excited. Today, we're gonna really talk about this, man. I was sitting back having a conversation with a couple of adults right around my age, in the 30s, the late 30s and 40s. And I was like, man, I wish our parent, I wish my parents would have taught us this about money, right? And for me, I'm like, okay, let's have that conversation. Like, how do we have this conversation? Because here's the thing. If you follow me on Instagram last night, I just felt convicted about it. I said, hey, if I had a child, here's how I would make them a millionaire by the time they're 18. And as I was writing those things out, I went to sleep and I woke up over 1,000 comments. Over 1,000 comments, over 1,000 people were like, hey, I want this information so that I can teach our kids how to be better than me. And here's my thing when it comes to this information that I'm gonna be teaching today. It bothers me that the school systems, that the colleges, and can I be real with you? And that a lot of the churches, not all, a lot of the churches, they're teaching you how to pray. They're teaching you how to get a job, but no one is teaching you. Watch this. And I respectfully say this, churches, they're even teaching you how to give to the church, but they're not teaching us how to give to ourselves. They're not creating time every single month to teach us how do we build wealth. And it bothers me when I hear people say that Christians should not be building wealth. That is a lie. We can't do effective ministry. We can do ministry, but we can't be effective if we do not have wealth. If we don't get the information we are going to be talking about today, we're going to have a problem. Those of you all, you come to me for money, and I respect that, but I'm still biblical. You know, I'm still a biblical guy. I'm still a spiritual guy, not a perfect guy. I got sins, I got issues that I'm working on, but I still love Jesus Christ with all my soul. But how is it that the world, how is it that the enemy is winning? How is it that the enemy is winning? Let me tell you how it's winning. How the enemy is winning. It's because he has money. He is able to do things that the Christian world is not able to do. Is that my pen and paper? Appreciate it. Thank you. He's able to go out there and do more things with his money. You know why? Because he has resources. You know why? Because he has a lot of money. Christian people, we feel as if, oh no, I serve the Lord, I shouldn't have any money. No, you should have some money. The Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. A good man doesn't leave bondage and drama and debt to his children. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. A good man builds a legacy, and building a legacy and leaving an inheritance, you do need some source of financial resources, but it should not be everything. I'm going all over the place. I'm going all over the place right now. I'm going all over the place. So our parents really couldn't teach us the things that are important. The school system really couldn't teach us a thing that's important, but it bothers me. Wait a minute, school. I'm going to school to learn how to read, write, process information, and add so that I can get a job. But what's the end goal of a job? To make money. So no one's teaching me what to do with the money. How is it I go through 18 years of education? actually 12 years of education, 18 years old, and no one taught me to do certain things with my money. So we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about this today. I'm going to give you 5 things that I think are super crucial when it comes to moving on financially, that our school system, that the church is missing out on teaching us. I'm so grateful I don't go to a church that harps on tithe. I go to a church where our pastors, Pastor Stephen and Zai Chandler, they believe in doing a whole picture of us. Hey, not only do we want you giving, not only do we want you praying, not only do we want you free spiritually, but we want you to be able to do some amazing things at home. So let's have these kind of conversations. And I'm super excited because if you are in Houston, Texas, I am going to be there next week. I will be at Irisha Hilliard, Dr. Irisha Hilliard, Women's Conference, She Rose Conference on Wednesday night. We will put that information in the show notes where you can get there. I forgot the address, but Michelle, if you could look it up, She Rose Conference, Dr. Irisha Hilliard, New Light Church in Houston, Texas. I will be there Wednesday. It is a women's conference. Ladies, come get in the building. It's a men's conference. We're going to really be talking about, we're representing the men and talking to y'all from there. So I will be there. There is a conference registration for that on Wednesday. But on Saturday, this is what I'm talking about. On Saturday, I am staying in Houston. I will be with, I forgot the name of the church, but we're going to put information inside of the show notes today. We'll put it inside the chat as well. But I really want y'all to get there because here's why. On Saturday, I'm doing a 4-hour workshop on money. Thank you, Jay. I put that up there for the ladies to see. There you go. So as you see right there, we have the She Rose League Conference with Dr. Irisha Hilliard. She is my big sister. We got Dee Dee Freeman, Priscilla Shire, Robert R.C. Blakes is going to be in the building. My big brother, YPJ Moore, my sister Candace is going to be there. It's happening from Wednesday all the way up to Saturday. And so I definitely want you all to be inside of the building for this. If you can get there for this conference, it is during the day, but that's good. I'm really excited about Saturday though, because Saturday I will be at Pastor Terrence Johnson, Higher Dimension Church. On next Saturday, it is a 4-hour workshop. I'm not preaching. I'm diving into money. I am literally diving into, hey, how do you go from where you are to out of debt to building wealth? I'm giving you a proven system that I have not taught yet from any platform. And I want you to be in the building. I think it's like $20-$30. Lunch is provided. I can't remember the price, but it is going to be amazing. So next Saturday, get in the building if you're in Houston, Texas. And then next Sunday, I'm going to be preaching at all 3 of his services that morning. And so I want you to be in the building. I promise you it's going to be great. We'll drop the links inside of the show notes today so you can check them out. If you're watching the replay, if you're watching the rewind, I promise you it will tremendously bless you. But these are the information. These are the kind of things that you got to get to, you guys. These are the things that you have to get to so that you can get the information, because the schools are not teaching it. Our parents are not teaching it. And the churches are not teaching it. They'll have a money series and preach on it for 45 minutes. But the truth is, we need more than a 45-minute sermon. We need hours throughout the month, hours throughout the year to get this information. But let me give you the first thing that the school systems, the churches are not teaching us when it comes to, when we were in high school, when we're in college, we're in churches, that I think that we're really missing out. Here's number 1. Value and purpose, write this down, you guys. Value and purpose produces more money. Understanding your purpose in life and the values that you have, if you stick with those 2, that will produce you more money. You see, what we see in the world is like, hey man, do whatever you got to do to get the money. Rob, steal, scam, do whatever. I was talking to my team this morning and I was telling them about a potential brand deal that I almost came close to signing. And I got convicted because someone told me like, hey man, I've heard some scammy things about them. And I was like, for real, I'll be frank with you all. This particular company was offering me a whole lot of money for just 1 month. Whole lot of money for 1 month. And I was just like, man, I don't know. So I started doing a little bit of research myself. And I was like, hey, it just doesn't feel right. I don't know. Man. And then I got convicted because the last thing I want to do is partner with someone who doesn't align with my value and with my purpose, just to make an extra $25,000, $30,000. Then what happens is, because they don't align with my value and my purpose, you all are rocking with me. You're part of the E3 community because you align with my values. You align with my purpose, which is to help people get out of debt. You are here to help you get out of debt, to help you build wealth, to help you build a legacy. And if I put someone in this chair on my show, and I publicly know that, hey, there are some suspect things about them, and I still put them on the show because they cut me a check, that's gonna hurt me. How's it gonna hurt me? Anthony, you made the money. Because it's gonna hurt you all. Now, no one's perfect, but if I know up front, if the information came to me up front, then I can't do it. And I ran it by my team this morning just to get a second opinion, and all of them said, if it cracked like a duck, walk like a duck, talk like a duck, it's a duck. I may have said that all wrong. But if it doesn't come off wrong, if it doesn't align with our values and purpose, it's going to hurt us money. We may make the money up front, but now I've lost E3 community members, I've lost their trust, and that hurts my money in the long run. And I wish schools would teach us this. I wish, the education department would teach us that, yo, listen, if you want to make the most money long term, you can make quick money, but the problem with quick money is here today and gone tomorrow, but you need money the next day. And I wish someone would have said, Anthony, what's your purpose? Why are you here? Well, why are you here? And if you can get that purpose and you can come up with your clear values, it's going to make you so much more money. And y'all, we've been able to build a 7-figure business. We have 6-figure earners in my company, and we're going to be creating more of them this year. And that's because I'm not willing to budge off of my purpose and my value. And I want to pose this question to you all. How many of you are doing things, working in jobs, have a business, and it doesn't align with your purpose or your values? You see, purpose produces profits. If you're solely doing what you're passionate about, passion can produce negative profit, but purpose produces profits. How is that possible, Anthony? It's because God fearfully and wonderfully made you. He made you for a purpose. And God didn't make you for a purpose to be broke, disgusted, and can't live. Because if you're broke, disgusted, and can't live, you can't fulfill your purpose. I'm not saying God created you to be a multi-millionaire and billionaire. I don't know what that is. But I do believe God did not put you on here to struggle. Because if you're struggling, then what happens? You cannot fulfill God's assignment for your life. So I wish that is one thing that the school systems really taught us, right? Here's the next thing. A clear vision for your money produces freedom. Write that down. A clear vision for your money, AKA a budget, produces freedom. I often hear this budgeting term, you're on a budget? I am on a budget. But budgeting, you guys, does not make you broke. It doesn't make you wrong. I have one of my good friends yesterday, was on the show yesterday, Bishop Henry Fernandez from the Henry Fernandez podcast, and the senior pastor of the Faith Center in Florida. It's in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And he said something yesterday that shook me, because I'm doing this. He said when he was 40, he wrote down, where does he need to be by 70? He said every single year, at 41, I want to be here. At 42, I want to be here. At 43, I want to be here. He has a budget for his time. And because he wrote it down, doesn't mean that he doesn't trust himself. It just means that he wrote the vision and he made it plain. Why is it that we go to school and we learn how to read, write, process information, and add? I have not had, I'm gonna be about me. I have not used algebra since I've left college. I haven't. Why are you teaching me algebra? I'm not saying algebra is not important, but if you can teach me algebra, how come you can't teach me how to budget? Okay, man, we taught you how to read. We taught you how to write. We taught you to do all this stuff. Now go make the money and just go do what you want to do. I know we didn't teach you how to budget. I know we didn't teach you how to look at your income. I know we didn't teach you how to look at your expenses and make sure you're good, but go, you'll be all right. Because you know why? Like, can I be real with you? They only want you to get the money and pay taxes. They don't care what you do with the rest of your money. They don't. This is why I'm passionate and doing my purpose and having the goals that I have for you, because I don't want you to just make the money and pay taxes. I want you to make the money and keep the money and flip the money and pass the money. That's what I want. Schools are not teaching you this. Having a vision for your money produces freedom. I'm sorry, my sisters. A man on the budget is not broke. I'm sorry. Hear me clearly, sisters. Hear me clearly. If a man says he's on a budget, that should turn you on. Can I be real with you? That should turn you on. Not a man pulling up no daggone Rolls Royce, Lamborghini, BMW. No, that stuff should not get you excited about that man. The image of a man looking like he has money should not get you excited. Look at the fruit of who he is. And if this man says, yo, I can't afford that right now, it's not within my budget. He's not saying I don't have the money. He's not even saying, watch this. Ooh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you what a man is saying when he's on a budget. Can I tell you what he's saying, ladies? Can I tell you what he's, when a man says I can't afford and it's not in my budget, let me sum up what he's saying. I care about my future. I care about my destiny. I care about my purpose. I care about my assignment. I care about my future family. That's what a man is saying when he can't afford something, when he is on a budget. He is saying, I gotta say no to this because I care more about my tomorrow. I care more about my family that I don't have yet. I care more about my 70-year-old and 80-year-old self and my wife at that time. I care more about passing out money to my kids. That's what he's saying. He cares about his destiny. He cares about his future. And I wish the school system would teach us. Yo, budget. It produces you freedom. Because if you don't budget, if you don't have a vision, if you don't write the plan and make it clear on paper, what you're saying is, son, what you're saying is, daughter, what you're saying is, brother and sister, you don't give a crap about your future. You don't care where you're going. You just care about today, but you have no plan and no strategy for tomorrow. And I wish my school teachers would have said, hey, you say they've always asked us in school, oh, I'm teaching good. I hope y'all giving me some thumbs up today. Oh, I'm teaching good. The teachers are always asking us, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be? They're not asking us, how much do you want to be worth when you grow up? They're not asking us, where do you want to be at financially when you grow up? How much money do you want to have when you retire? All they ask us, what do you want to be? And before they ask us what do we want to be, what do they ask us? What college do you want to go to? Do you see what I'm saying? And this stuff, and school teachers who are watching, love you. Thank you so much for what you do, because you're needed. Pastors who are watching this, I'm not attacking the church, because I am the church. I'm a part of the church. I'm just disappointed that we are not asking and really asking the right questions in school, teaching the necessary skills in school and within our churches, so that when our young people grow up, not just our young people, but when we are evolving as human beings at whatever age we are at, we're not really getting the right information. This is why here at the Neatness Network, I don't know when I'm gonna do this. I got a whole lot of stuff going on, but we're gonna start offering every single month free financial classes out of my studio here. Free. It may be free and it may be super cheap. I may charge like $10 to come to an hour, 2-hour workshop every single month, because the school systems are not gonna do it. The churches, unfortunately, they're just not going to do it. We're always going to preach tithe. We're always going to preach give. We're always going to preach sow a seed. But here's my thing, man. If I had a church, I would be teaching stewardship every single Sunday in some form. Every single month, I'm going to be having some form of a financial class. You know why? Because if I can get the home right, I don't have to ask you to sow a seed. I don't have to ask you and convince you to give a tithe. If I help you get out of debt, if I help you build wealth at home, if I am teaching you the necessary skills you need to become wealthy, if I'm teaching you how to manage your money well, you're going to give to the church. And not just to the church, you're going to be a generous giver. But no. We're not excited about that. And so I promise you this much, this brand, what my team and I are building here at the Neatness Network, at the table with Anthony O'Neill, at Build Your Table with Anthony O'Neill, at all the things coming out, it is going to be so that you can get better financially. So that was number 2. Having a clear vision for your money produces freedom. If you want freedom, I wish school system would have taught us that freedom when it comes to our money starts with having a vision/budget for our money. Here's number 3. I really wish schools and churches would have taught us, and teach us right now, the power of assets over liabilities. Salute to my brothers over there at Earn Your Leisure who have coined this phrase, assets over liabilities. Love what they're doing, love what they're producing, love what they're building and how they're impacting culture and community. But schools didn't teach us the power of assets. I'm going to do this right now. For those of you all who are watching live, I want you to be honest with me, and I want you to put a yes or no in the chat. I want you to be honest with me. This is when you were in high school. Did your parents, church, or school ever teach you what is an asset, what is a liability? If they taught you that, put yes. If they didn't teach you that, put no. Come on. I want you to be honest with me. I want you to be honest with me. Because here's my problem. I didn't understand the term assets and liabilities until I was maybe 26, 27 years old. No one told me that my car is a liability. No one told me that I hate to say this, but my girlfriend could be a liability. No one told me a credit card is a liability. No, ooh, I'm about to shake some feathers here. No one told me buying a house too early when you're not ready could be a liability. No. No one told me getting a home and doing it the right way could be a huge asset. And no one taught me how to build a portfolio of homes. No one taught me in school, hey, instead of you going to buy those Jordans, go put that money into stocks. No one even taught me about stocks in freaking school. No one taught me in church how to look into the S&P 500. No. When I walked into the car dealership at 20 years old to get my very first car, salesman didn't tell me this is a liability, man. You can't afford this like this. No one said, hey, why are you buying a $30,000 Maxima when you should just go buy you a $5,000 car, pay cash for it, and go put another $5,000 inside of a Roth IRA, son? The world teaches you to get liabilities, not assets. No one told me a Gucci backpack, a Gucci belt was a liability. It was a depreciating asset. No one taught me that. Here's what the school is teaching us. Get good grades so you can get a scholarship. When you get this scholarship, go to college. And if you don't get a scholarship, go ahead and take out $100,000 in debt and student loans so you can go to your college and you can pledge Kappa Alpha Psi Omega Psi Phi, aka Delta Sigma Rho. Go do it and go have fun. And then when you graduate college, I want you to get a credit card so you can have an 800 credit score. And when you have an 800 credit score, you're gonna have a good job. And when you get a good job, make sure you get a job with good benefits that gives you health insurance, that gives you dental insurance, that gives you a 401k, that gives you a pension plan, that supports your social security check. And while you're working your job, working for 40 years, but I want you, while you're working, go get you a home. Because if you can pay rent, you can pay a mortgage. Even if you have no money in your savings, you have no other assets, no investments, go get you a mortgage and keep that 800 credit score with that $100,000 worth of student loan debt. So that way, when you retire after 40 years, you'll get 40% of your freaking paycheck, but you got a home. Is any of that an asset? Does any of that help us build wealth? Does any of that help us set us up to build a legacy so that we can leave an inheritance to our children's children? I'm sorry, churches. I'm sorry, schools. No. The churches are saying, you know what? Give God his 10%. I know you can't pay your bills, but you gotta trust the Lord. You got to trust the Lord and watch him just make things happen. Watch him just miraculously pay your mortgage. And watch him miraculously just get you a pay raise. No! We got to stop this crap. Yes, pay your tithe. But why can't you pay your bills? I've never understood why churches and preachers preach that. And I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to upset some of the pastors. And this is why some of them don't bring me, and I respect it. But the reason why they can't teach you about money, the reason why they're so stressed and you giving tithes and offerings and sowing a seed is because they're not good with their money neither. Because a lot, not all, a lot of these pastors are living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of them are struggling because they're not good stewards with their money, and they weren't taught correctly, so they can't teach correctly neither. We got to get to the point to where we are teaching assets over liabilities. This is why I am not a proponent of borrowing money. I'll borrow money all day long for real estate. That's an asset. But I'm not borrowing money to buy this chain. I didn't borrow money to buy my watch. No. These are liabilities. No. No. And I see the comments. Some of y'all here like, I don't know, Anthony. I respectfully understand. But I gotta I'm not calling out no names, no churches. And I know some. I know some. But let me ask you this question. Put a yes or no inside the chat. And I want you to be honest. Don't put the name of the church. Don't put the pastor's name, because I don't believe in that crap. So I'm talking about the church as a whole, right? Do you believe that your church teaches you how to be a good steward of your money? I'm not talking about your pastor preaches on it 2 times a year, 2 Sundays a year, and moves on. I'm like, does your church, we have all this time to have Easter egg hunts and women meetings and men meetings and youth conferences and these conferences. Does your church, in your personal opinion, right? Does your church give you the tools and the wisdom and the knowledge to help you understand how to do or what to do with your money biblically? Put yes or no. My church, yes. Union Church, yes. All day long. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't be there if he wasn't. He know that. But do you believe it? I want you to answer this question too. What time is it? We gotta go. I want you to be honest with me. And if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to put this inside the comments. I want to know. I want you to put assets if your answer is assets, liabilities if your answer is liabilities, inside the chat in the comment section. But today, do you have more assets than liabilities, or do you have more liabilities than assets? Put it inside the comments. I want to see I want you to be honest with yourself. Do you have more assets or do you have more liabilities? Put it inside the comments. Put it inside the comments. You know what, Sissy, I was just reading your comment and you said that, we did Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. And enrollment was low. Absolutely. But if we have a miracle service, the enrollment's high. Enrollment's high. I'm seeing this. I'm loving it. And here's the thing. Here's what I love. Man, is that my community, our community, we're honest. I'm seeing a lot of liabilities. And thank you for being truthful. Because the first thing to get to assets, the first thing to get to wealth goes back to what I believe. We got to earn, right? What's the first letter in earn is E. We got to evaluate where we are. And if we know exactly where we are, if we know we have more liabilities than assets, then we know, okay, this is a problem that we need to be fixing. And this is good. This is good. We want to have more assets than liabilities. And here's the truth. We all have liabilities. I want to be honest here. We all have liabilities. But if we would have been taught in school, in our churches on a regular, to pursue assets and let those assets pay for our liabilities, we would have way more assets than liabilities. If we made the stuff that I'm talking about right now sexy and attractive and it was taught in schools, y'all, we would have way more assets. I'm just now getting to the point to where I have more assets and liabilities. You know why? Because for years I was taught, yo, if you want to get the honey with a nice little big old booty, she need to see you with a nice car. You need to be looking good. You need to be dressed to the T. Your haircut need to be fire. No one said, yo, if you want to get a beautiful girl with a nice body shape, yo, go get on a budget. Go get you some assets. And if that woman doesn't like you, that's not the beautiful woman for you. Schools, churches, we got to start teaching this. I think I got two more. I'm gonna go through these quickly. Then we're gonna open up the phone line so you can call in, all right? And if you wanna start getting in line for that so you can be one of the first ones, you can go to anthonyoneal.com/call AO. Again, that is anthonyoneal.com/call AO. And you'll be able to come on. I'm taking all questions, right? Anything around money. If you want to know, hey, is this an asset? Is this a liability? What should I do? How do I get out of debt? What should I pay off first? Hey, how should I invest this? Where should I invest? Then I would definitely give us a call. We're going to be on here for 45 minutes taking your questions. Here's the thing though, when you call in, because we do not deal with bots and trots and stupid people, right? You have to have your camera turned on. So if your camera is not turned on, we're going to give you 1 minute. When you call in, your camera has to be on. If it's not on within 1 minute, Jay, our associate producer here, he will remove you from the room, and you can't come on. You know, so at least that way, if you come on here acting crazy, at least we see your face and my people can find you. All right. Here's the next one. I don't understand this. I'm so confused of why schools, why churches are not teaching this. That taxes are not, the tax system was not built for the 9-to-5 workers. What do I mean? Avoiding paying taxes wasn't built for the 9-to-5 workers. To save on taxes, you need to be in real estate or an entrepreneur. But if you're a 9-to-5 employee and no side business, no real estate game, you are funding America. You are. I don't know why. They're teaching me how to rewrite, process information, and add and multiply and algebra so I can go get me a good job and come out of the job. I'll never forget. I will never forget my first paychecks at Taco Bell. Taco Bell was my very first job. And I did the math. I was making $3.25 an hour, I think it was at that time. Yeah, $3.25. I was 14. I had a work permit. No, I'm sorry. It was $5.25. Yeah, $5.25 in Oceanside, California. I had a work permit at 14. This was during the summer. I worked at Taco Bell. Taco Bell was my very first job. And I remember I did the math. I worked like 2 hours here, 5 hours there. My very first check came up to like $104 and some change. I did the math. And when I got the check, it was like $80. I was so confused and I was so upset. I remember going back to my boss and I was like, yo, my check is low. I'm missing like $25-30 because what my young self did was I had already spent the money before I got the check. I was like, yo, I'm about to get $100. I'm gonna go. And at that time, I went and that's when CD players was out, and you had to buy the actual CDs from Walmart whenever tracks would come out. And I never forget that there was a new CD player that I want. We called it boom boxes back in the day. Yo, let me know if y'all remember the term boom box. Like you get a boom box, like you were doing something back then. Like they didn't have Sonos where you can build them up in the air, Sonos bars, and no. You had to buy you a boom box with the tape player, and then the CDs would jump out. Then it had the multiple CD track to where you could put one CD in track one CD in track two. You can say, hey, hit track two, da da da. Like we had boom boxes, and I wanted a boom box in my room. And the boom box was a $79.99. And so I was like, well, okay, let me just go and get it. And then my check was $80. So I'll never forget. I was like, yo, this is not right. It's only $80. And I was like, man. And she was like, well, taxes, son. We had to take out taxes. And I was like, taxes? What's taxes? Y'all, I'm in school. Like I'm in high school. No one taught me about taxes. Like, hey, this is what's happening when you get paid. Like when I get paid as a school teacher, they take this thing out called out taxes, and taxes helps the government fund our world, the United States of America, etc. Like really teach it. So I'll never forget, I got the check, went over to the bank, cashed the check, got my $80, right? Got my $80, went to the Walmart. Check this out, y'all. Went to Walmart, I had $80. The boombox was $79.99. They go to ring it up. It comes up to like $88 and some change. I was like, yo, I only have 80, but it's only $79. I got enough. And the guy literally was like, no, son, that's not how it works. You got to pay taxes on it. I said, sir, I just paid taxes on my check. And I got to pay taxes on it. You said it was $79.99. What do you mean? It didn't say it was $88. And the man started laughing. And I wish I remember this man's name to this day, because he did something that I think is so dope. He went in his pocket, he pulled out $10, and he got it. Like he took my $80, put $10 on top of it, and I bought that boombox. I remember carrying that boombox on my bike. I was riding my bike, and I had to have my hand on the handles, with my left hand on the handles and my right hand was on the boom box. And I was riding down the hill with the thing, so happy that I got a check and I got my boom box. But then when I got home, I told my mom and dad, I was like, Mom, Dad, what's taxes? And I told them what happened. I got this, I got that. And my dad was like, well, son, you messed up because you have $80 and you were supposed to give $8 of that to the church for tithe. So really you only had $72 to buy the boombox. They said that before they explained taxes. And I really wish that somebody would have taught me exactly the tax system. And I really wish somebody would have said in high school, hey, so that you can avoid paying taxes legally and ethically, here's the ways of how you can produce a business, how you can produce real estate and pay less in taxes so you can employ people, so that way you can leave a legacy and inheritance to children's children. I really wish that was the case. And for those of you all who are watching this right now, and I want to hear you, I want to say this clearly, and I want you to hear me clearly. I'm not saying having a 9-to-5 job is horrible. No, I have 9-to-5 workers and I need them on my team. But I also encourage them to get a side business so that way they can take advantage of the tax write-offs, of the tax system that was built for the entrepreneur and or real estate person. That's important to me. That's important. We need 9-to-5 workers. But when you go home from 5 to 9, what are you working on? What are you working on that, one, can generate wealth, and two, that can set you up to take advantage of the tax write-offs? And here's the last thing. I wish they would have taught me that the American dream sucks. I wish they would have taught me that the American dream doesn't have to be my dream. Go to school, graduate with a bachelor's degree, get you a good job, a good career that will last you. 40 years, 800 credit score, home with a white picket fence, and retire with a good 401k and a pension plan. That's the American dream. And y'all, if I could be respectful and say this, that sucks. If that is a dream that America wants me to dream and to live, no freedom, no traveling the world, no starting the business, no options, no opportunities, just a bunch of debt, a home with a white picket fence, and 40% of my pay after I retire. That American dream sucks. And I don't know about y'all, I don't want that American dream. That American dream is not a dream that I dream. That is not a dream that my kids will dream if I have kids. And that's not a dream that my E3 community will have. That's a negative. Here's the dream I want you to have. How do you start exchanging your money for time? That's the dream. How do you make as much money as you can so that your money can buy back time, so that you, your family, your loved ones can do whatever the heck you want to do, whenever you want to do it, however you want to do it, with whomever you want to do it with. That should be your dream. That is a dream that I desire, not just for me, not just for my team, but for my family. That's a dream. That is a dream. And you should not be selling that dream to your kids. Do not sell that dream to your kids. If you're selling that crap to your kids, you need to go back and check yourself. Dream big. Dream big. Dream big. That is not the dream. That is not why God put you on this earth. No. He put you on this earth, one, to fulfill his purpose and assignment for your life. That's why he put you on this earth. That's why. I'm getting my earpiece ready for y'all. Listen. Phone lines are open. And I want to see you here. We already got some people already in. I would encourage you to give us a call now. I'm going to be taking questions for about 45 minutes. Please make sure that when you call in, that one, your camera is on. Two, keep your question to at least 30 seconds to a minute, so that way I can get to your question. And I want to help as many people as I possibly can. And three, don't be scared to ask the question. Okay? Don't be scared to ask the question. Because the dumbest question I've ever heard is the question that wasn't asked. To this day, I'm still asking questions. We're going to be releasing a show here with Bishop Henry Fernandez. And after the show, he and I went out to lunch and I was asking him money questions. I was asking him investment questions. Like, hey, man, you've built such a level of wealth at 60 that your kids are set up for life. That if they steward this well and they multiply what you're giving them, their children are already set up before they even have kids. Teach me what you've done so I can know what I need to continue doing and what are some things I need to add to what I'm doing. That is important to me. Super important to me. So So no question is a dumb question, you guys. And I'm here. If you're a part of this community, then you know, man, I don't attack someone. You know, I'm not gonna call you stupid. I'm not gonna call you dumb. I may say I don't like it. I will definitely say I don't like it. But I'm telling you right now, I want to help you. So if you want to give us a call, go to anthonyo'neill.com/call AO. Again, that is anthonyo'neill.com/call AO. You can give us a call. Remember, keep your questions to 30 seconds. Camera has to be on. And I will give you your answer. We'll have a conversation. And we are here to help you out. So I'm going to tell Jay, go ahead and load the first person up. And we should be, hold on, I think I got something back on. What in the world? This is crazy. Oh, it's because of the security lockout, Jay. We're guessing the wrong password on it. That's what it is. Okay. Jay, talk to me real quick so I make sure I hear you in this feedback with my ear.
You hear me in the room, yeah?
I hear you in the room. I didn't hear you in my in-ear, though.
1, 2, check.
I do hear you in here. Okay, cool, great. Who we bringing up first?
Jalicia.
Jalicia, we are coming to you, darling. And I'm super excited about this. So yo, let's get into it, man. We got a good line of people coming in. So Jalicia, what's going on, my sister?
Hi, Anthony. Oh my God. Wow. I'm so nervous.
Why are you nervous?
I have to get back to work. I'm just nervous right now.
Okay, well, talk to me.
I also have to work because I'm on meal.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I'm calling it because I am debt free. I'm saving money.
Okay.
But I am not fulfilling my purpose as far as my career goes.
Okay.
And so conflicted, and you're constantly talking about the tech world, and I'm considering tech, and I'm also considering healthcare.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Right. That's my second job, healthcare.
Okay.
My first job is
Law enforcement is your first job?
yes.
Okay, we need to get you up out of there.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, because we need law enforcement. No disrespect to law enforcement people. We need police officers, but I don't believe that you all are paid correctly for the things that you all do, and for the level that you all put your life on the line every single day for us. Whether you're 911 911 call acceptor out there on police patrol. So yeah, talk to me. What's as a police officer right now? What's your average? In law enforcement, what's your average salary?
So I work for NYPD. There are different divisions in NYPD. I work for school safety.
Okay.
Right. Right now I'm making like 50 something.
Wow.
Over time, I can make a good maybe 70 something, 80 something. All depends.
Okay, so 70K with overtime. All right.
Yeah,
cool.
but steady. Over time, you can do unlimited, one minute you can do 80.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
Right.
Okay. What's your specific question? Because I know you need to get back into your job, and I definitely want to respect that. But what is your specific question so I can make sure I answer that question and give you some other thoughts?
Absolutely. I want to change career. I want to change career, and I'm very conflicted. Like I said, I do a lot of investment. I do on a small scale. I do invest. I do have money saved up in the bank. I'm projected to save 20,000 this year. Wow. That's budgeting and everything. A lot of what you're doing, I've been doing it, and I am so excited to see that I'm on the right path, and I do appreciate the service that you guys are giving 100%. But I'm conflicted with my next step.
Yeah.
To get to the next level.
Yeah. Let's talk about this real quick. Don't think about nothing. Don't think about no career. I want you to think about you, Jalicia. what do you think your purpose is on this life? Is it to help people, serve people, protect people, heal people, guide people? Like, what do you think is your thing? Like, when you wake up in the morning, if you could do this with people, what would that be?
It would be serving and helping.
Okay.
Working in the hospital, I love serving people. I love helping people. So it would be within those guidelines. But again, like, I have been praying and asking the universe, asking God where to go as far as, maximizing my finances. But
Yeah. So this is what I want you to do, Jaleesa, tonight. I'm going to give you some numbers so that you can understand numbers, right? And opportunities out there. But tonight, what I really want you to do is I really want you to go back and just ask yourself and just write down all of the traits that are on the inside of you that you can do in your sleep, that you could do for fun, that you will never get drained with doing that, right? Then what I want you to do is I want you to go look into those two careers, a healthcare career field and a tech career field, right? And see, okay, can those traits transfer over into one of those? And whichever trait can go into the most, that's the field you get into. Here's what I like about the tech field. Specifically, when I think of tech, like my friends over there at Yellowtail Tech, and we'll put the information in there. Yellowtail is going to teach you AWS. So this is cloud software system. Jaleesa, do you have any kids?
I don't.
Okay, no kids. Are you married?
Soon to be divorced.
Soon to be divorced. Okay, understand. All right, so what I want our community to really focus on is how do we get our time back to do more things that we really desire to do. So you're soon to be divorced, but I'm pretty sure deep down, eventually, sooner or later, you're gonna wanna be married. You're gonna wanna have a family, maybe, right? And so if you're in that, you need more time. The healthcare field is not going to give you more time. But the healthcare field may help fulfill your purpose that you were created to make. I know people who were created to be a doctor, who were created to be a nurse. I know people who were created to be inside of that field because, watch this, these healthcare individuals love it so much that they help keep people alive because of their energy, because of their spirit, because of their passion and purpose behind it. But at the same time, I know people who work in the tech field. You gotta work you gotta work 60, 70-hour weeks sometimes to hit $80,000 a year. When I know people who are working 30 hours a week, making $80,000 a year in the tech field. So now they're making more money with less time, starting their business on the side. And now they can be that mother, that wife, that husband, that father. They can go to the football games. They can do those things. And so for me, the reason why you all hear me talk so much about tech is because tech is a career field that is technically a vehicle to your ultimate dream and desire. To where you can get the education from Yellowtail, for an example, for a very low fee, get the job, work 4 hours a week, work 6 hours a day, right? Making $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 a year. Do that to bounce back on yourself, get to where you need to be. And then let's just say down the road, you know what, I want to start my own business. Or you know what, Anthony, I want to go back to nursing school so I can become a licensed CPN or a licensed nurse or a doctor. So I'm using this field to get into that. Oh yeah, Jaleesa, I would highly recommend that. But the key thing that I need you to do is really write down, what are the things that I know God has created me for? What am I passionate about? What do I enjoy doing? Then take that list, go look at those two careers, right? And then where can this stuff falls? If it falls more into the healthcare, go get it. If it falls more into the tech, go get it. And if any of you all, including Jaleesa herself, if any of you all are saying, hey, The tech field, I would like to look more into that. I think Michelle put it in the chat, and we'll put it inside today's show notes. I would highly suggest checking out Yellowtail. And every single month, I'm looking for new companies to promote, because the tech world, every business has tech. Even a healthcare business has some tech stuff in it that, right, we can tap into. So that's why throughout this year, I'm going to be presenting different career fields that will help people get into the tech industry. Apple is tech. Walmart is tech. Best Buy is tech. McDonald's is tech. Hair places are tech. So everything has some form of technology services inside of it that we all can take advantage of. Did that answer your question, Jaleesa?
Yes, it has helped. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah, no problem at all. Because here's the thing, and it's not just you, Jaleesa. It's not just you, and I'll let you go because I know you got to get back to work. Pray you have an amazing day at work. Thank you for calling in and listening. But you know, I for everyone, right, who's watching this, how do I say this? For everyone watching, before we get to our next guest, there's a season in life to where you got to work and do what you got to do to get to where you want to go. There is that season in life. There is. But while you're working to get to the next place, right, to get to the next career field of where you want to go, you should be strategizing on, how do I get into my purpose job? How do I get into my purpose career? How do I get into my purpose situation that can produce money? Remember I said earlier, purpose produce profits. What I'm passionate about can produce negative profits. There is a season out where you need a job. Just get you a job to get you stable. After you are stable, we need to look at, how do we get to our purpose that can produce income for us? How? This is important. And this is why I'm telling Jaleesa and all of you all who's watching this, hey, figure out, right? I want you to figure out, what is it? What are you passionate about? And then we can get into it. And I firmly believe that tech, getting into one of the boot camps, from Bethel Tech to Yellowtail to Course Careers to Careeriz, getting into one of these things that are very affordable to get into, to get to education, man, listen, we can do it. But who we going to next, man? Who's this on my screen right here? Oh, we're gonna go to Miss Sharon. I think, have we had Miss Sharon on the phone before? Cool, great. Miss Sharon, now you're driving now, darling, so I don't want you to look at me. Look at the road while you're driving. But welcome to the. How can I help you, sis?
Hi, Anthony. I just want to say thank you for all your hard work you've been doing. It's blessed me and my 4 children that I have. I'm a widow mom. I'm about to be 50 next week.
Wait, Sharon. Wait, you about to be how old next week?
50.
No, Sharon. Y'all put it in the comments if y'all think Miss Sharon lying to me. This woman ain't no 50 years old. Come on, Miss Sharon. 4 kids. I'm sorry to hear about, the loss of your spouse. I'm praying that everything's moving forward for you. But 50, I just don't see it. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah, so I started my financial journey with you 2 years ago.
Okay.
And after my husband passed, he was young, he didn't have life insurance. So that really made me feel like, okay, I want to leave my kids in a better place because I'm all they have now. And so, during COVID, what happened is that I took the year when they offer you for your mortgage to, like, you didn't have to pay, because I wasn't working, because I have my own cleaning company. And in that time, I didn't pay my mortgage because I didn't have much clients because nobody let you go in their house. However, just a week ago, I found out, because I really started being proactive and looking at my mortgage. So I bought my house for $202,000 $5 years ago. And then now I found out that my mortgage is 200. I owe $206,000 now. And the bank is not giving me a proper answer of like why my mortgage is so much. I only took that year off, but I just didn't pay for that 1 year. So every month I pay extra. I pay, instead of paying 1,500, I pay 1,800 every month. And I don't understand why my mortgage is not going down. And that's something I would like for you to talk, maybe do a show about that. Um, because I'm really in the place where I have no consumer debt. I only have my mortgage and my car.
Wow.
And I'm trying to build financial wealth for my children and myself, and start my investment fund and stuff like that. So I just really need some help
Yeah. So talk to me a bit more about this. So what year did you buy your house?
in 2006.
Okay, wait a minute. Math ain't mathing.
No, it's not mathing to me either.
I'm gonna make sure I'm correct here. In 2006, Sharon, you bought your house
Yeah.
for $202,000,
Yes.
and in 2024, you owe $206,000 on the home, and you only missed 1 year
Right.
of
During
making
COVID.
payments.
During COVID. Yes.
Okay, so this sounds like you have a balloon payment, you have an adjustable rate mortgage. It sounds like there is something else attached to this loan that you're not aware of, because you've been paying on this house for what's this 2016 for at least 15, 16 years. There's no way in the world that your mortgage should be higher than your current rate if it's a regular rate. Do you know if is it FHA? Is it conventional?
It is FHA. So I do know that I'm paying PMI. I
The
try to get that
PMI is not
removed,
going to
but
hurt you though. The PMI is not. The PMI is not going to hurt you because that was already calculated inside of it. There's something else attached to this loan that is getting your loan in it. And I'm trying to think of what it is without actually, and I don't want to ask too many personal questions on the World Wide Web. And maybe I could get your email address, because that's scary. And I think that if your bank can tell,
yeah, especially when I'm trying to get out of debt, and I'm trying to figure out how long it's going to take me to pay my mortgage, to the place where the house is free and clear for my children. And I'm not finding a way out, and I'm like really scared.
so I want to make sure I'm correct. You bought it in 2006 or in 2016?
2016.
Oh, 2016.
Yeah.
Oh, whew. Because I was like, Sharon, there's no way this is possible. Because okay, so 2016, you missed 1 year of it, right? And so now I could understand this. Now I could definitely understand this now. Now this is, whew, Jesus. Yes, Lord. Oh man. I was getting scared. Sharon, I feel good now.
But I'm still scared.
No, I was getting real scared, because if you would have said that your house is worth, right? You know what I'm saying? Now I'll be like, okay, cool. I understand this. But here's the problem. Here's what happened. Is that when you took off for that year, your home, your house was still getting, and if I'm gonna be honest with you, I think you took off maybe even a little bit more than just 12 months. I think you went a little bit longer, because here's what's happening, is that when you took off for that year, you're still held liable to the interest that is there. Okay. So the interest is still coming. So if you took off 1 whole year, and don't forget, interest is accrued daily when it comes to our mortgages. So every single day we get the daily interest on there. This is why I teach how to pay off your home early, how to make extra payments, and we're making extra payments so we can knock off the interest. So instead of you knocking off interest with your monthly payments, your home's set. So let's say, for example, you had, let's say this is for easy math, you had $200,000, right? If you was making $1,000 a month, for an example, this means that you'll go down to $188,000 next year for easy math, right? Because that's just that's $12,000. Take that off and just giving you easy math. But because it's set there, you're accruing interest. So your home went up because you weren't making any payments. And for me to see it go up $4,000.
I understand all the interest and all of that, but how come it's more than when I originally bought my house?
Because your interest is high. So you're still in the beginning stages. You have a FHA, you have an FHA with the PMI on there, and your FHA and PMI, they hit you with all your interest up front. So you're on a 30-year loan, you're not really paying much principal in the very beginning. So what's happening is this right here, all that added up, which is why I said you went a little bit longer than a year not making those payments. And I totally understand. It was COVID time. Totally makes sense. A lot of Americans did that, right? So for you right now, what you got to do, prime example, base pay. What's your mortgage payment right now?
$1,500, $1,509 or something like that.
All right, $1,500. And do you know your APR on that?
3.5.
3.5%. All right, cool. So you're in 3.5% is good. So what you need to do, figure out. Honestly, Sharon, be honest with you. You need to figure out how you can make every quarter an extra $1,500 payment.
But I already pay every month. I pay $1,800.
All right, so what's that? 3, 6, 12. So I need you to go up.
I pay extra towards my principal.
Right. So you're paying an extra $300. What's that? 15. Yeah. Extra $300 towards your principal. I need you to go up to $450 a month towards your principal.
Okay.
Yep, $450 a month towards your principal. You should get this back down. It's still going to be in a hard place, and I'm gonna be honest with you because it's gonna suck. But we got to get you caught back up, right? And if you can make an extra for the next 12 to 18 months, you're going to be making an extra about what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 payments extra, all going towards your principal. This time next year, you're going to be below. I promise you. Now, here's another thing. Have you looked at what is the value of your home?
It's about 300,000 now, maybe like 320,000.
Okay, so we're not in an upside down situation. This is good. We're not upside down on the home, which is great. That means that your home is in good condition. So right now you're looking at, instead of you having maybe $120,000 in equity, you only have about $92,000 in equity, which is not a horrible thing. So we're not in a bad situation, but I do understand you saying, yo, I bought it for $202 almost 6 years ago, and I'm still owing more. And it's because we took off. So it was just compounding on top of each other, right? And so remember, your interest is based upon the principal balance owed. That's why it went up.
Okay.
You know, so that's exactly why it went up. I can't scoot any closer. Okay, thank you. So for me, that's what I would do in your situation is sit down, work out some things. I'm shocked. I mean, some banks that I know of, I don't know if this is true for all banks, but some banks did, they stopped the interest. Some of them, but some of them didn't. Do you know if your bank said they were going to stop the interest from being accrued daily on your loan? Oh man, we lost her. She froze, Jay. Sharon, if you want to give us a call back in, give us a call back in. But yo, that's scary, you guys. That's really scary for Miss Sharon. And for all of you, I'm curious, those of you all who are watching right now, how many of you all can relate to Miss Sharon? You saw your mortgage go up during COVID time, as far as in what you owed on the home go up during the COVID time. This is the first time I had someone tell me this, so I'm shocked. I am completely shocked by that. But she's not upside down on the home. This is great. And I'm super excited. I'm super excited about that part, because that would have been real bad. That you owed more than you bought the house and you're upside down on the home. That's scary. But that's what happens. And this is why during COVID, I was teaching you guys, do not, they froze mortgage payments. Some banks froze mortgage payments. My bank didn't freeze them. And then they also froze the student loans. And I'm like, y'all, this is not something, if you have the funds to take care of it, take care of it. Okay. Please take care of it. Who we going to next, bro? Michael's in the building today, you guys. Look like Michael is even working too, man. So this would be great. Michael, can you hear me?
You hear me okay?
Yeah, what's going on, Michael? How can I help you, man?
So the question I have is, once you get financially free, I feel like I'm going to lose the drive to, continue working, continue progressing for that. Is that something that is normal?
No. I mean, well, normal, yes. When you say financially free, you talking about like getting out of debt?
Correct. So like 100% out of debt, and you kind of lose the desire to keep going as hard as you were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think for me, when I got out of debt, I did lose a little bit of that drive. I'm not even going to be honest with you. But then when I really sat down and looked at my why and really determined what I was trying to do in life, actually, I became more passionate about experiencing wealth than I did about getting out of debt. Make sense?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep, it does.
I think for me, I want to get out of debt. Then once I get out of debt, now it's like, okay, how can I build wealth to where I can pass down to my kids? How can I build as much wealth as I possibly can, so that way I don't have to go to work every single day? So the passion is really going to be up to you. It's really going to be up to, why are you doing the things that you're doing? Why are you working as hard as you're working? Why are you going after the money? And then if you have a real deep and sincere answer, you're going to really, 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 really kill it out the park.
Right. I enjoy my job. I'm a project manager. Don't make a whole lot of money, but, paying everything I can.
Yeah. Project manager. That's good, man. That's really good. Ballpark on the average year, what do you bring in?
About 75.
Okay. Is that something that you're going to see yourself retiring in?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I like seeing the new stuff that gets built and done.
Yeah, that's really good. Do you do anything on the side?
I don't.
Okay. May I ask why? Is it because you really love what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm a single parent with 3 boys, so they eat up a lot of the extra time that I have. So
Yeah. And are you investing at $75K right now?
I am.
That's good. I mean, I thank you for saying that. I think if you're comfortable where you are in life and you're investing in what you're doing in life, man, be happy with that. And I appreciate you for staying true to that, man. Congrats on the 3 boys too, man. How old are they?
Oh, one of them's 18, getting ready to leave the military, and the other ones are 9 and 11.
Oh man, the military. What branch in the military?
He's deciding he wants to go Navy. He wants
Navy?
to be a diver.
He wants to be a diver in the water. Is that something that you did? Were you ever in the military?
I was Navy as well. I was submarines for 6 years.
Submarines for 6 years.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Well, thank you for your service, man. My dad did almost 40 years in the Army. And my other father did, I don't know how long he was in the Marines. We don't have any Navy or Air Force people in my family. Everything's either Marines or the Army. So appreciate your service, man. I really do appreciate you calling in.
Oh, of course. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Yo, man, I'm loving this, man. I'm loving these questions today. If you want to give us a call, we got 2 people on the hold right now. You can give us a call, anthonyoneal.com/call-AO. Do me a favor, as we're getting these next callers programmed up. Do me a favor, man. If you are a part of this, man, if you're really enjoying this, can you hit the thumbs up for me? Please? Can you hit the thumbs up? And I forgot the exact numbers, 70%, right? 70% of our people who are watching this right now, you're not subscribed to, the YouTube channel. Can you do me a favor right now? I want you to hit subscribe. I want you to hit subscribe. Was that someone with a fake shadow? Oh, I was about to say, boy, so many people out here trying to scam people, boy, Lord Jesus. Fake shadows. If you are 70%, I mean, if you're in the 70% of who's not subscribed, man, can you do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button? We are getting close to 800,000. We are on the path to doing 1 million E3 community members. And for those of you who are new to the channel, who are watching for the first time today, when you subscribe and when you become a part of this family, you are inducted into the E3 community as well. And E3 simply stands for we're evolving in 3 main areas: abundance, wellness, and freedom. So if you join this community, everything that I teach is I want to help you evolve and increase in abundance, increase in your wellness, and increase in your freedom. That's financial freedom, spiritual freedom, job freedom, career freedom, whatever that looks like for you. I really, 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 really want to, I mean, honestly, what's the word? How do I say this? I want you to see what God can do in your life, honestly. And so I promise you, man, if you join this community, you'll be great. You'll be passionate about what we're doing, and you'll be connected to people who are thinking like you. And we're all one big family. Later this year, I'm gonna go out on tour and meet more of my E3 community members. E3 community members get discounts off of our tour dates, our products and merchandise that we have coming. But you got to have a email or a subscription that is attached to one of our products and one of our platforms to be qualified for that. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, and it also, if you're enjoying today's time, and then become an E3 by just subscribing. Who we going to next, man? Who? Brittany. Okay, let me write that down. Brittany, we're coming to you next, there, my friend, Yeah, let's go to Brittany. Hey, Brittany.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I like your hair.
Thank you.
Nice and curly.
appreciate
Come on now. I love seeing the sister with a nice hair. Come on now, talk to me. How can I help you?
Yeah, so my question is mainly around stewardship, but of like my time.
Okay.
I am on a debt pay down journey, thanks to some tools I've been getting from you, by the way.
Okay.
But I have a side business that I haven't been giving a lot of my time to because I work full time. I'm finishing up a master's this year. I'm married. There's a lot going on.
Okay.
But as far as my side gig goes, I'm good at it. I know I can make some money with it, and I want to take advantage of the tax advantages too.
Mhm.
So I wanted to kind of see if you had, I don't know if it's encouragement, advices, maybe around how I can structure my time so that I can at least put maybe 3 hours a week into my side business so that I can accelerate the debt pay down.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about it. Give me a ballpark figure of how much debt you currently have right now.
Okay. Between an auto loan and student loans, we'll round it up. We'll say 53,000.
53K. Okay, 53K in debt. Your 8 to 5 job, how much is that average? Well, what's your household income? Because you are married, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. So between myself and my husband, we're at, I think, like 9K a month after taxes.
9K a month?
Yes.
So that's net? Okay.
Yes.
That's good. All right, cool, great. And you said you have kids?
No, not yet. We're
kids.
debt and everything else first, then kids.
Okay. How long y'all been married?
4 years this summer.
4 years this summer. Congrats, man. That's amazing. Y'all in your 20s, 30s, or 40s?
20s. I'm 27.
20s. All right, sounds good. All right, so this is good stuff. This is really good stuff. Your side business, what is it?
It is resume writing and career coaching.
Oh my gosh, Brittany.
But
You work 9 to 5 from home?
yes, I'm a project engineer for a software company during the day.
Brittany, Okay, so to write someone's resume, how much would you charge?
So I've been looking at my prices. So from scratch, I think I'm doing like $100 or for from scratch. Yeah.
$100 from scratch?
Yeah.
No, man, we need to go up 150 from scratch.
Okay.
100 to make up. Like, so if they give you a resume, hey, $100 a doctorate. 150 to 175 if you want me to do the full thing. If you want a custom resume for a specific job, that's $225.
Okay, that's what I focus on, so that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're saying, hey, I know I'm about to apply for this at this place for this specific job, I need you to doctor my resume up for that specific job, that's easy 200 to 225. Okay? That's easily 200 to 225. All right. How long does it take you to write a resume? So a good quality resume, how long does it take you?
10 days.
10 days to write that. All right. 10 days to write, because you are working full time. So in a month, how many clients could you take on?
2 if I'm quality over quantity.
Okay, that's where the problem's going to be at, because that's only $500 a month.
Right.
So we need to figure out, one, how to go down from maybe 10 days to 5 days to write a good quality resume, right?
Okay.
So if you can go down to 5 days, and you do that, that's 6 customers.
Yeah.
That's 6 customers a month that you can take on. Okay. Here's what I will also do too. You also said you do career coaching.
Yes.
So if you're writing a resume, this means that you can go in there and help them practice for the interview, the things, what to say, what not to say. Now you can even turn this into a package deal. Hey, I'm gonna write the resume for $225, or we could do a package deal to where I will help you I would do an overall general interview with you as far as in career coaching, to where you could take these into any interview, and then I will give you a custom resume for that particular job, charge them $500 for your time. Say, hey, I'll coach you. I'll do some research on a company for you. I'll go in and, okay, let me know who are you interviewing, what company. I will give you the facts, the stats. And so when you go on, hey, man, I saw this about your company. This aligns with what I'm doing because of ABC. And I saw that one of y'all's initiative is this. And man, and it treated me because of AB. Like, if you can really do some research for them and really equip them with the right information on how to go into the interview and kill it with the right resume, I'm charging $500 per person.
Okay.
And then I'm taking on part-time. The goal is I want you to get to $1,500 a month that you can put all towards your debt. Because if you can put $1,500 a month towards your debt with $53,000, right? You're going to be out of debt in about 2 years and some change. That's just
right on time for kids. Okay.
Right, there you go. I mean, you're 28. You want to start having kids by 30. So that's $1,500 a month. Then you and your husband is making $9K. What's y'all's bills? Are y'all living paycheck to paycheck right now?
Working on it.
Okay, cool. You all are putting money towards the debt though now, though, right? Like the minimum payments? Yes. Yeah. And so what I'm saying is, so what I'm saying is that's what I would do. I would sit down with someone. I'm not in your space, right? So I don't know what the exact worth is for a resume for career coaching. I know a lot of career coaches and resume coaches, right? But I would maybe go out and do some research and see what other people are offering, and how can you make a package that is just so attractive that you're helping someone. Because what you don't want, if they're coming to you, half of the people don't have a job and they don't have a lot of money to give you. The other half of the people could be like Miss Sharon, not Miss Sharon, Miss Jaleesa earlier, who was like, yo, I want a career change. So she has some money and she wants to shift careers, she can give you more money. So if I'm you, I would figure out what is the best and the quickest way to make an extra $1,500 to $2,000 a month with my side business. What do I have to offer so that way I can make an extra $2,000 a month, $500 a week, right? Or $350 a week to $1,500 a month, whatever that is, whatever you feel comfortable with. What do I need to offer in the side business? Get with your husband and say, hey, listen, what can you do on the side so you can make an extra $1,500? Because if what I just heard you say, this is good right here, Brittany, this is good. What I just heard you say, Brittany, is that we want to have kids. You said this is just in time for kids. So if I'm hearing you correctly, you all want to start having kids by 30, 31 years old.
30 and 32. That's when we
32. So the longest is 32. So you have 4 years, right, to make this happen. And I'm gonna tell you, there's two things that I do not say wait until you're debt free on. That's love and that's kids.
Okay.
You know, I would never tell a man who tells me, man, I found the love of my life, my favor, my best thing, but I'm gonna pay off my debt first. I'll tell him he's crazy as hell.
Okay.
I'll tell him that he's crazy as hell. Second thing is kids. $50,000 is debt, but compared to a lot of other people, that's not bad. And if you and your husband really desire kids, then I would say if that's something that you all desire, go ahead. But if you all are saying, no, we want kids, but we really want to pay off this debt first, and we really, really are cool with waiting another 2.5 years, then what you and your husband need to do is sit down and come up with a vision. And this is what I need you to do. I need y'all to, goes back to what I teach, earn, evaluate, arrange the vision, right? Come up with a system, you know, when it comes to render the strategy, render the system, and then act. So what I would highly suggest is this weekend, you and your husband go on a nice date. Go put on something real nice for him. Let him just be looking at you like, oh my God, that's my baby. And tell him he need to put on something. So you can say the same thing. Oh my God, that's my baby. And then I want y'all to go to dinner. Go to somewhere that's not going to be loud. Bring a piece of paper and y'all sit down and say, okay, where are we currently? We have $53,000 in debt. We make $9,000 a month. This means that you are pocketing right around $140,000 combined income a year, which is great income. That's gross. This was great income for you all in y'all's 20s. Babe, but if we say we want to have kids by 31, 32, that gives us 4 years to work this plan. This technically means if we have $53,000 in debt, this means that we need to pay off $13,250 of this debt a year, and then that's going to be right around $1,050 a month that we need to put towards the debt. Now, I just told you, figure out how you can make an extra $1,500 to $2,000.
Right.
That's there for 4 years. But if your husband can figure out how to make an extra $1,500 to $2,000, now we're looking at an extra $3,000 to $4,000. If between you two, you all can figure out an extra $4,000 out of $53,000, right? Now we're looking at roughly about a year before you're out of debt. Now what happens, watch this. If y'all can figure that out, this is good. Now, if you're out of debt by this time next year, now y'all can take a whole nother year and just save 6 months of your income, 3 to 6 months of your income in a savings account. Now when the baby comes, you're not in debt. You have great income. As far as in salaries, you don't have to work those side jobs with a kid. You got cushion, 3 to 6 months of your income in there. Now you all can rest. You can come home from working and be a mother and get that kid consumed into this life. Your husband is not stressed about we need extra money because you all are no longer living paycheck to paycheck. And so that's, if I'm you, I'm having that conversation this weekend. I'm not pushing it off another weekend. Babe, let's go out to eat. Let's go to lunch. Let's go to dinner. Let's do whatever we got to do. Let's go somewhere we like. Let's have a real good meal. If you all drink cocktails, get you a real good cocktail. And I want y'all to sit down and render the strategy, because you've already evaluated where you are. Now the next thing is arrange the vision. Babe, we want a kid in the next 4 years. But a part of that, we want our debt paid off. Not only do we want our debt paid off, but then we would like to have some money in a savings account. So that way, when the child comes, we're not stressed about in case something happens in America or with one of our jobs. Emergency comes up. Cool, great. All right, so if this is a vision, do we want to be in a home in the next 4 years? Whatever that vision is, you all put it there. And not even just that. I'm just teaching right now. Deal with me. Deal with me, my sister. Not deal with me, Lord Jesus. Bear with me, because I just feel this in my spirit. Not even just the financial part. Where do you and your husband want y'all's marriage to be in those 4 years? You know, what's the health of it by then? How close and attached are you all by then? Because sometimes what I see in marriages, at least what I hear in marriages, is, man, we were just so focused on kids that we forgot about us.
Yeah. I want to avoid that 100%.
You got to. You got to. Yeah. So like, what a part of the vision, babe, like, where should we be, you and I? Because we're going to have a kid. It is our responsibility to steward that kid, right? But when that kid get older, he or she leaving us. It is still you and I. Because I love you. You love me. And Negro, you ain't going nowhere. Okay? And so we got to have a vision for our marriage. And once you all have the vision, once you arrange the vision, then you render the strategy. Okay, if this is where we want to go, what is the strategy and the system that will get us to that goal? Wait a minute and break this down some more. You all need to write it down. The 4-year plan, the 1-year plan, the quarter plan, the month plan. The month gets you to your quarter goal gets you to your year goal gets you to the 4-year goal. That's rendering a strategy. That is you working backwards. That is a strategy that we have to put in together. And then here's the thing that I've been teaching this. Now y'all got to go do it. You have to act.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I recommend. So when it comes to your time, Brittany, I would say you're working 9 to 5. If you're working from home, you're not working 9 to 5. You may be working 9 to 11:30, nice long lunch, then 1 to 3 working hard, and then you got a little time off, husband come home, hey babe, and then you back at it. You know, for me, a part of the strategy for you needs to be, okay, how can I incorporate 5 hours a week to work on this? You need to give yourself at least an hour to 2 hours a day to work on this vision, on your side hustle. And your husband needs to be working on an hour to 2 hours as well on his side job or his side hustle. And this is what I call it. The same way we're going to budget our money, we're going to budget the time. So you need to honestly pull up an Outlook calendar, iCalendar on your phone, and hey, I'm working Monday 9 to 5, 9 to 4. Babe, I'm going to be working on my side business from 7 to 9. Or maybe I'm working from 6 to 8, and babe, it's me and you, 8:30 on, right? You all have to be clear, so that way it's super clear for you. When your husband come home, you already know, okay, he's gonna be working during this time. He already knows she's gonna be working on this time, and it's just for a season, so that way we can get to the vision that we just arranged. But I think to encourage you is, I don't have to encourage you. Your vision is going to encourage you and your husband. Because when you look at that vision, there should be tears coming out of your eyes. There should be excitement coming from your heart. There should be energy just coming out of you, because that excites you. Man, I'm going to be a mama. Man, I'm going to be a mama debt free. Man, I'm going to be a mama debt free with savings in my account. And let me give you some encouragement. 48% of the people in America don't even have $1,000 in their savings account.
I knocked that off first. I wasn't playing with that once you said that in one of the episodes. See what I'm saying?
So you're already ahead of the game. 60% of the people can't even afford a $400 emergency. So the moment you put 3 to 6 months of y'all's average net income into a savings account, you're ahead of 60% of the people in America. Technically, you'll be ahead of nearly 80% because 72% of them are living paycheck to paycheck. So now, not only are you a mother, not only are you a wife, but you're also ahead of people, and you can pass that down to your kids. So
good.
that's what I would highly suggest and recommend from you, Brittany. And I mean that, man. I think if you and your husband can sit down and do that this week, you're gonna be just fine.
All right, thank you. God bless you.
Do you have a website for your for your side business, like a website or Instagram that you feel comfortable giving out now for your side business?
Yeah, my Instagram is at Brit's Career Prep, BRITTS Career Prep.
Yeah.
I have a link tree, so I'll drop that in the chat.
Yeah, drop that in the chat because my team just told me there's like 6 people asking for your website to get your service.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And what I love about that is our community understands like, hey, we can help her get her vision by her helping me get a job. That's what I hear from these 6 people. Like, I need help with a resume. I need career coaching. If you can offer that, cool, great. Let me use your services. And then in exchange, I'm paying you to help you get closer to your vision. That's what I'm talking about, E3 community. I love it. So, Brittany, drop your link tree inside the chat so they can get that information from you. Y'all check her out. Brittany, I'm praying for you and your husband. Thank you so much for calling in. This is it right here, you guys. Like, this is what the E3 community is all about. Really, it is. Like, it really is. I want y'all to use it and tip her. If she goes over and beyond, tip her. If you got the resources to tip her. Help her out. Because when we can sow into others, God will sow back into us. He will sow back into us. But I got time for one more. We'll bring this last person up. And hold on a minute, reading this. I promise you all it's going to be absolutely amazing. But we got time for one more. And after this, I got to go, you guys. We will be back next Wednesday, sharp and proud. Don't forget who we going to next. Yeah, we're coming to you next, Melissa. Don't forget, you guys, that I want you to hit that thumbs up. Let me refresh because for some odd reason it's not refreshing on my end. We're at 326 thumbs up with 470 of you all watching. Let's see if we can get to 350 before the end of the show. So hit the thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button as I am talking to my dear sister, Melissa. Melissa, how can I help you? Hello? She froze. Oh man, we lost her. Melissa, if you can't give us a call back, we could try to get you back in there. If not, then we'll just end it here with that. What? All right, we'll give you 30 seconds, Melissa, if you want to give us a call back in, and then if not, we'll just end it here. You guys, don't forget Houston. I will be in Houston next weekend. I will be in Wednesday. I will be at New Light Church in Houston, Texas, with Dr. Irisha Hilliard. We still do have some availabilities for that to register. It's a very minimum fee, and I promise you will love it. Then let's go ahead and just shut down, Jay. People are still calling in right now. It's all good. And so if you want to be there, please do. And if you are in Houston and you're saying, Anthony, I want to go deeper into the money thing, I am literally spending 4 hours teaching money with Pastor Terrence Johnson. We only have, I think, 200 seats available, and I think we're already at like 125 seats. And so I want to encourage you to be there. A lot of you all in Houston have been trying to get up with me, but if you are saying, hey, I keep that up for a little bit, Jay. If you're saying, hey, I want to dive deeper, and this is very, very important to me. And if you know someone in Houston, tell them to come, because I can't teach you everything on a 30-minute show, 40-minute show. I can teach you a lot if you're watching it every single week. But next Saturday, I'm literally spending time breaking down a philosophy that is really, really, really going to help you with your money. And I can't wait to be in the great city of Houston to teach you how do we get to where you want to go financially. I'm teaching you what has worked for me. And I'm not preaching. You all have not seen this on any of my shows because I've really, 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 I've been really studying, man. And so if you're going to be in Houston next week, come meet us here next weekend. Wednesday, I'll be at New Light with Dr. Arisha Hilliard, New Light Church. That's Wednesday evening. That there is a registration cost for that. So you need to go to their website to register for that. Then on Saturday, I'm doing a 4-hour workshop with Pastor Terrence Johnson. And then Sunday, I will be at Higher Dimensions Church preaching and teaching on money as well on all 3 of their services. And then I'm going to end with this one too. For my people in Charlotte, North Carolina, I will be doing the same thing in Charlotte, North Carolina, May 4th and 5th. We're doing a workshop there on the 4th. I think that is just a private workshop. Let me find out from the pastor there. But then I will be teaching at all of their 3 services as well. So would love to have you in the building in Charlotte, North Carolina. Come back next Wednesday. I'll give you that information. But I will be at the Union Church Charlotte, our second location. Well, it's not our second location. I think it's like our 5th location, but it's our second location outside of the DMV area. It's our very first one. But Pastor Brian and Karen Bullock are the lead pastors there, doing an amazing thing. Nearly 3,000 people at this church, man. This is insane. So I'm going to start off their money series for them, and I can't wait. So I'm hitting the cities. I would love to see my E3 community members there. Don't forget to check out my friends at Yellowtail Tech. We will put their information inside of today's show notes. You will love them. I really want to see you making more money and not spending more time. So let's make more money. Let's spend less time making more money. And I promise you, you'll be blessed. Yo, I'll see you on Friday for our show. Peace.